We're going to replace all this retaining wall block all down through here. We're going to make some steps. We're going to make a really nice patio. Over in here is going to be a nice recreation pond. Bog over here with stream. It's going to fall down into over there. I guess that's it for now, but that's the project in hand. We'll keep you posted, and that's kind of how it's going to go. You guys want to add anything?
Enjoy your weekend.
Everybody's freezing, so we're just going to get out of here and get started. Bye. All right, so we are at it again, and this is just after the pandemic or whatever they wanted to call it, and none of us could work, but we started this project last fall, and now we're back at it rocking. Jason, Austin, and myself are up here. The cool part is when you find stuff like this, we already found this blast mark in this rock, so we said, oh, let's put it in a deep end, and a 6-watt LED light fits perfect in there, which is going to cast across over into here. So I'm in the deep section, which is about 6 feet. They're going to be able to swim up to this ledge over here and transition right up these stairs. And we're going to put a little bench in, and who's trying it out but Jason? What do you think, Jason? Does it work all right?
Oh, this thing's perfect.
All right. You probably wish there was water in here so you could take your boots off, right?
Yeah.
So Austin's over here being quiet because he's always shy a little bit over there. But what do you think, Austin?
Oh, I think it's coming out great.
All right, cool. So we're going to get back rocking. Then what we have left is this upper ridge up here. Then we're going to have our bog waterfall is going to come in over here. We're going to put a bay area in over here, which normally we want to put them across from one another. But what the reason being is because, see this beautiful bank? We're going to have an interactive waterfall come crashing down over that bank. It's going to transition a bridging over, incorporated with these stairs. Water is going to come under and transition back into the pond. This set of stairs is going to come up and out and go to a patio with a fire pit and then back up over there. Hey, how's it going today? It is Monday, right, Jay? Monday. He's over there. He's actually working on messing around with this camera. So we actually, last week, we got done rocking the pond to the point where now we're ready for the bog in the bay area. Jason right now is getting ready. So we're setting our grade stick so we can start digging out our bog over in this area. Bog is very important, especially for a rec pond, and it's essential for filtration and to keep that water clean. What we do is we take the dimension of this pond, and I like to do 25 to 30% of the surface area for our bog area. So that equates to like realistically an 8x12, but we like to overdo it. So we're doing an 8x15 bog. How you doing this morning, Jay?
Doing good.
Rain or shine, we're here, right?
That's it.
Doesn't matter. We got to work, especially with all this stuff that just got done with this pandemic, and we're out working. We love what we do. We want to create this environment for this family and get them into this pond before it gets too warm, right? Because we're still in May. Warm temperatures are coming. They need to be soaking in this thing. We got a lot of rain yesterday. Today's Monday, so I don't know. I think we got maybe 1.5 foot of water down there, and the staircase is all in. Got all our rock stage. Got the bigger excavator over here, small one here. But you know what? That's it for now. We're gonna get rolling. Have a great one. Okay, so now we are ready. Jason just marked up our snorkel centipedes. This is going to be at a lower level than our aqua blocks because we want this to be at the lowest point. And this, because this is going to be a wetland, we want it to percolate up. And then we're going to have a 3-inch line coming right into that end, coming all up through the rock and gravel to help filter it. So we have all this like shale, we hit like a shale rock. So generally what we do is we bring in this nice loamy sand to help pad everything for the liner. Then we'll do a couple layers of underlayment irregardless just to make sure. You could also use like a rock pad or something in this instance. It's just that, you know, we have regular underlayment. Weren't sure we're going to hit shale, so we just go with this loam sand. There's no rocks or anything in it. Very soft. Been using it for years and it works great. All right, so down there on the other side, we got our wetland area with our waterfall dropping into the pond is all finished up. Now we're on to the next phase. We got this all painted out, and this is gonna be the next stream that we're gonna do, dropping into this pond. And it's gonna come right back up and around, because what we want it to do is look like it's actually fed from this small pond that was built many years ago. All right, today we are getting ready to rock this stream in. Very important to place rocks in the proper manner. You got to kind of read them, see what's going on, how the water might run over, under, and just flank them properly. We got a pretty good sized drop here, so. And then we're gonna come right down with this water and it's gonna bridge right over and go right back into the wreck pond.
Wow, look at this yard. Holy cow. Oh, so this is the original. So this is what kind of inspired that. Wow, that is gorgeous. Is it connected? It's not connected, it just looks like it. You made it look like it. Jenny and Joe, I'm the pond guy, Greg. They got frogs jumping everywhere out here. So this is what kind of started the whole thing, huh? You bought a house with an existing pond.
Yeah, absolutely.
And before we knew it,
So obviously, I'm guessing you enjoyed this pond.
yes,
Yeah, very much so.
we did. Yeah, it's just the sound of the water. It's so soothing, and you sit on the deck and just listen to it.
Amen.
It's beautiful.
We've had a couple of really spectacular batches of koi fish that have swum through here, and we keep it koi stocked on a pretty semi-annual basis.
Go down to Decker's and get some new fish. Do you have young kids? I saw some bikes up front.
Yes.
So they love it probably too, right?
And it was a really soothing environment, you know, and it was pretty different from where we came just outside of Boston.
And what we had here before was, well, you remember, Alan.
Yeah.
It was,
A little different.
oh yeah,
What do you mean?
overgrown block walls that were falling down.
Okay, so you did some landscaping work here as well.
Yeah, so we did the
They
fire pit.
created this whole environment.
Yeah, absolutely.
So speaking of honey,
Yes.
honey, how do the kids enjoy this pond?
The kids absolutely love this pond. They're in it all the time, and you know, I mean, it's where we go swimming at this point. When we're not several hours away up at Lake George, we're here and we're swimming at our pond.
And how does this fit into your kind of your holistic approach of parenting and you know, living on the environment?
That's a great question. So as I was saying to you earlier, we really try to advocate for biodiversity on the property, and we try to build and grow the property so that whatever we do here encourages biodiversity and biodiverse growth. And you know, this pond is part of the ecosystem. We have frogs and turtles here. We have all kinds of salamanders and like small, I guess sort of amphibious life. We have deer that drink out of this pond. We've had, you know, birds that will take baths in the pond, and we have koi, you know, up top. Every year, actually the last couple of years since we've had this installed, we have watched frogs breed inside of the pond, and it's really amazing because we will go swimming in the springtime with, you know, hundreds of tadpoles, and we'll be able to watch them grow into frogs. It's really, it's
the
amazing.
life cycle.
It's amazing, like watching the life cycle, and then, you know, they go off and they turn into frogs and they head up onto the rest of the property. So it's great stuff. The kids use it all the time, and it's really cool having, you know, a place where we can swim that's sort of like a living science lab. At the same time, it's a great teaching tool. It's just a lot of fun, you know?
How did this whole thing come about? Like, this is not something that people normally think about.
Jen and I talked for a long time about, you know, possibly getting a pool or something like that. Neither one of us, we didn't want exposure to chemicals. We didn't want the type of aesthetic that a pool brings. And as I said, you know, putting natural features onto the property that really fit with the property itself, you know, that they're not obtrusive, they blend with the landscape, and they're part of the landscape is really important to us. And, you know, we talked a lot about different, I guess, sort of possible ways of approaching it. And, you know, we saw a couple of really cool videos, a couple of them being on Decker's website about, you know, about bioponds and about how those are really a spectacular alternative to just sort of conventional swimming pools. And we decided to go in this direction, and like absolutely no regrets whatsoever. In fact, I can't imagine having a regular swimming pool instead of this, because this is just so much better.
So talk a little bit about, because people are used to regular swimming pools, talk a little bit about what the maintenance is like with a...
Non-existent. It's such low maintenance. We put in beneficial bacteria, which is completely safe, you know, for humans to interact with. We put it in once every 2 days or so. You give the system a couple of squirts. You know, we clean out the leaves in the very early spring and in the late fall, you know, just like you would have to do if you had a swimming pool. And, you know, if it gets to be a very heavy rainfall occasionally, you know, you take a little scrubby brush down into the pond when you're, you know, on your way out of the pond. You go swimming and you just give the rocks a little brush so that you don't get too much algae buildup, and then it goes right into the filter and you get clean pond water. And the nice part about it is, like, unlike chlorine pools, which have that like hard water feeling, it's like that chemical water feeling, the water in this, the only way you can describe it's soft. Like, it's got this sort of gentleness to it that you just don't get with chemically treated water, and it's just much more enjoyable.